Hey guys, Naz here with another video. Today we'll be going through Chapter 9 on Hard Mode, which houses one of the hardest boss in the game. I've seen many struggle with taking down this man-made monstrosity, but that's all about to end. In this guide, we're going to bring Hellhouse back to where he belongs, while making it look like you're on easy mode.
It's just a house.
Before we get started though, we're going to go over how to get to Chapter 9 without running dry of MP. There's not a lot of Mako Crates in this chapter, on top of there being none in Wall Market. This paired with some tough enemies along our path to Corneo's Coliseum is what gives many players a run for their MP. Don't worry though, as I'll be guiding you along so you could save a bunch of MP while killing the trash mobs easily. For those of you who are already on Hell House and just need a walkthrough on that, there's a timestamp in the description to jump ahead. Okay, for those just starting Chapter 9, we're going to want to go in prepared. For Cloud, we're going to want to maxed out Lightning, Elemental, First Strike, have the Bahamut summon equipped, Magic up, Luck up, and 2 MP ups. For Aerith, we're going to want Lightning, Magnify, First Strike, have the Leviathan summon equipped, and then we're going to want Magic up, Luck up, and 2 MP ups again. For equipment, we're going to have Cloud equipped with the Mithril Saber and the Fury Ring. Aerith will have the Mithril Rod and the Fury Ring also equipped. It doesn't matter who gets the Chain Bangle or the Force Bracelets, as we'll be taking minimal damage. You may have noticed I had other materials equipped, and that was just for the stats they provide. Cloud had refocus on because outside of summoning materia, no other materia in the game gives a bonus to strength. Aerith had some revivals on because it gives a bonus to magic and MP, which are the only 2 stats a black mage cares about. Revive, barrier, subversion, and time materia all give a bonus to magic and MP regardless of their level. If you don't have any extra refocus, don't worry. Just slap on any of the materia I mentioned above and you'll be fine. These materia can easily be purchased if you start Chapter 16 and run down to the vending machine.
And sooner or later, I'm gonna have to blow up.
Well, then make it later.
To acquire more than 1 Fury Ring, you could go to Chapter 14 and enter Corneo's castle, and it'll be on the base floor. While you're here in Chapter 14, it's best to level up your materia if they aren't maxed out already. I made a guide that helped me level up all my materias in less than 45 minutes. I was able to max out Elemental and multiple purples. I'll have a link in the description if I don't forget to put a card.
There's no other way.
Our first trash mob is coming up, and it's a piece of cake. Use Triple Slash with Cloud and Soul Drain with Aerith. Finish it off with basic attacks. Next up is the Lesser Drake. Start with Thundara from Cloud and Thundaga from Aerith. Make sure the Magnify effect is turned off by pressing L1. After you're finished with the first mini game, when you come up these ladders, there's going to be some boxes to the left. Do not break them yet. Instead, fight the Sweeper prototype. Have Aerith cast a Thundaga without the Magnify effect. Have Cloud go up and switch into Punish mode and get some attacks off. Once the Thundaga connects, make Cloud now use Thundaga and swap to Aerith and finish it off with some basic attacks. After that, now you can go and break the boxes to get some MP. Once you make your way up the ladder, you'll come across 2 Terpsichore's. Have Cloud use Triple Slash and Aerith use Thundara with the Magnify effect on. For those of you who like exploring and getting all those treasure chests and boxes and nooks and crannies, don't worry, I got you covered. Once you go through this tunnel and get your chest and make your way back, the 2 Smoggers will be awakened. Now, after running this at least 10 times, every time the 2 Smoggers are always right next to each other, So one Tandaga from Cloud will kill both of them since they're close enough to get hit with the AoE damage. Later you're going to come across this part where Aerith wants you to follow her. Instead, you could skip this next fight and just go straight down the ladder. For those of you who chose to follow Aerith, we're going to have to fight two lesser drakes. Have Cloud start off with Tandara and Aerith use Tandaga. Swap to Aerith and finish off the weaker one with just basic attacks. This should fill up your ATB bar, letting you use a Tandaga again with Aerith on the other lesser drake. Swap to Cloud and build up ATB. Once Cloud's filled up, use a Tandara with Cloud now and swap back to Aerith and finish up the last one with just some basic attacks. Since we're at a bench and I did lose some HP, may as well heal up and let's move on. This next fight's a joke. Have Cloud start off with triple slash and Aerith use Thunder on Butch with the Magnify effect on. Clean up anything left with some basic attacks. After climbing up the ladder, we're going to face two bandits and a sweeper prototype. Have Cloud start off the battle with a triple slash on the bandits and Aerith use a Magnify Thundaga on the prototype. Swap to Punisher mode and build up some ATB. Use Thundaga with Cloud and swap to Aerith. Get some basic attacks off and it should die. Alright, time for the last trash pack. Have Cloud start off with triple slash and Aerith use Thunder magnified. Swap to Punisher mode and clean up anything. Let's make Reno proud, yeah?
Here we go. Enough.
We made it! Smell the fresh air?
Now that we've finally made it to the tournament, let's go over a quick change before we start round 1. You're going to want to equip the Hard Edge and swap Lightning for Ice Materia. Everything on Aerith is the same. Start this battle off by using a triple slash and a Magnify Thunder. Swap to Punisher mode and clean up the rest. It's that simple. For our next battle, we'll want to swap out the Ice for a Fire Materia on Cloud and the Lightning for a Fire Materia on Aerith. Start off with a triple slash and wait for the third hit to connect. After that, use a Magnify Fire on the lackeys close together. Meanwhile, you should be cleaning up any lackeys with low HP in Punisher mode. Once Cloud has an ATB bar again, use triple slash. Aerith should have an ATB bar here, which should be used on Soul Drain to finish the battle. If not, swap to her and build up ATB with basic attacks, then Soul Drain. Round 3 preparations involve equipping the Mithril Saber, swapping both fires on Cloud and Aerith for a Lightning Materia, and then we'll be good to go. Start off by having Cloud use Tandara and Aerith use Magnify Tandara. Cuddy and Sweepy always rush us, so they'll be close enough to get hit with the AoE damage. Both Cloud and Aerith need an ATB bar before they get up, so make sure they have one. After that, use a Magnify Tandara with Aerith and triple slash with Cloud. This should be enough to kill them. If not, swap to Punisher mode and finish them off. Out of the 10 attempts I tried at this, only one time did they rush us so quick that they knocked us down. If this happens, just do a retry from last battle and you'll be good. We finally made it to Hell House. One last preparation until we go in there and kick some butt. Lightning and Elemental pair together. Ice, First Strike, and Skill Master. Of course, the Bahamut summon, Magic and Luck up, and 2 MPs ups. For Aerith, we're going to want Fire, Ice, and the Wind element. Binding, First Strike, Skill Master, the Leviathan summon, and the same as Cloud. Magic, Luck up, and 2 MP ups. For equipment, we're going to want the Buster Sword and the Fury Ring. And the Mithril Rod and Fury Ring. Once again, it doesn't matter who gets the Chain Bangle or Force Armlet, as we won't be taking that much damage. Some things to note. Binding materia doesn't need to be maxed out. Cloud does have a stagger Materion, which isn't needed and can be swapped with ATB Assist if you don't have 2 Skill Masters. Cloud needs Skill Master to be at least level 2, while Aerith doesn't if you have ATB Assist. For those who are just stuck on Hell House, it should bring some relief to you that this method I'm about to show you only requires you to have 21 MP on Cloud and 15 on Aerith. We're going to want to start off by swapping the Punisher mode and getting right in there. Keep attacking until he does an overhead slash. Hold down the square button to get off a one-hand stab. Once you see this, use Blizzaga from Cloud. Swap to Aerith and place Arcane Ward on Cloud. Attack with basic attacks until Cloud is done with his casting. Swap back to Cloud and go attack the Tonberry. When it's about 30% HP, use Triple Slash and then swap back to Punisher mode and keep wailing away with Hell House. This should be enough damage to push him into phase 2, and it's very important that we're still controlling Cloud here.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's happening?
What the?
Once you're able to move again, do a dodge roll away from Hell House while having Aerith cast Sleep. Keep dodging until he takes a nap. Swap back to Aerith and get inside the Arcane Ward and use a Blizzara. Swap back to Cloud and do some basic attacks until you see Hell House get pressured from the Blizzara. Once he is pressured, we'll want to do a Focus Thrust. This will activate Skill Master, giving us enough ATB to weave in basic attacks and Focus Thrust until he's staggered. Once he's staggered, use Soul Drain from Aerith and make sure everyone is built up to 2 ATB bars. Take control of Aerith and do some basic attacks to build up some ATB. Once you see that the boss's HP bar can go down again, swap to Cloud and roll away. This should be enough distance from the boss to trigger House Call. Have Aerith go inside the Arcane Ward and cast Aurora, as he always does Housing Shock here when he lands. Swap to Cloud and do a Focus Thrust once you see him get pressured. Go into Punisher mode and keep attacking. Swap to Aerith and make sure she's inside the Arcane Ward and cast a Blizzara. Swap back to Cloud and help build that stagger meter by doing Focus Thrust and basic attacks. Once he's staggered, we're going to do a Soul Drain one more time. Make sure Aerith and Cloud have at least 1 ATB before phase 3 starts. Get some basic attacks off with Aerith before he jumps up. Dodge the incoming cheers, whatever dodge works for you. After he does his last cheer salvo, he'll be vulnerable to an element. Press your touchpad and see which element this is, as it might differ from mine. Cast the Aga version of that spell from either Cloud or Aerith, and get ready to finish this fight. Once he drops, swap to Punisher mode and get some basic attacks off while having Aerith cast Blizzara. Use a Focus Thrust and finish the fight however you choose. And that is it, my friends. We have finally beat this pain in the butt boss. I hope you enjoyed the guide, and if you did, please give it a like and consider subscribing to see more. Until then, I'll see you later.
We did it. Psych.
Psych indeed. I'm not done just yet. I'm going to cover the side quests since taking on these tough enemies with only Cloud can be challenging. I'll be covering the price of Thievery first. We're going to want to have Fire connected with Magnify. First Strike, Refocus, and have 2 Magic and Luck ups with MP up. The Bahamut summon, of course, with the Mithril Saber, Chain Bangle, and Fury Ring. Start off with a magnified Fire Aga on the Grungy Bandit, and that's it. Next up is Shears Counterattack. We're going to want to swap out the Fire and Magnify for a Lightning and Elemental. Everything else will remain the same. The jury-rigged cutter always starts off by buffing himself with Berserk. We're going to want to swap to Punisher mode and get some free attacks off. Once his hands are about to come down, use Tundara. Get 4 more basic attacks off and then use Tundara again. Get 2 to 3 off and dodge away. Dodge until you're safe and then use Tundara and get inside there with basic attacks to finish off the fight. I unfortunately don't have any clips of the other tournament match, which has you facing off against 2 bombs. Have Fire and Element in your armor linked and you shouldn't have too much trouble since they mostly have fire attacks. Once again, I'm sorry for no footage of this. Okay, with that, I am finally done with my Chapter 9 guide. Thank you so much for watching and I hope it helped. Until then, I'll see you guys later.